Friends, welcome back to my kitchen, or maybe the first time to I don't know. Hi, this is my kitchen. Welcome to cooking. Come to the table cooking videos with Landon. This could be the smartest thing I've ever done or an absolute train wreck. I don't know, but I'm willing to try. I have one of my favorite people on the planet in the kitchen with me. This is Joyce. Hi, Joyce.
Hi.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
One thing I'm most excited about, I think, is that not only are you here, but you are here and I get to make your meatloaf. Do you know my deep love of meatloaf?
No.
I love meatloaf so much.
Oh, good. I hope you like this one.
I do too. I mean, I'm sure that I will. I was looking at the recipe and I'm like, yeah, this looks like meatloaf to me. Like when we do stuff at church, when Rhonda will cook at church, and she's like, what do you want on the menu? I'm like, I want meatloaf. Come on, you know I want meatloaf. Okay,
Good.
So I am, as I've, if this is the first video you're watching, I'll say, and maybe if it's not the first one you're watching, you'll have heard me say, these are beloved recipes by our beloved congregation members, but that doesn't mean you have to do everything that they do. You may not have exactly what they have, okay? And so you just need to make it work for you, right? Right? So this, you said, oh, tell me about this. And while we're doing this, I'm gonna get this this pan warming up. You don't say to cook to saute or sweat the onions, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that if that's
probably a good idea.
Unless you yell at me, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm not going to yell
Please
at you,
don't yell at
Landon.
me. Please don't yell at me.
you, Landon.
Okay, because I like to do that. I like to use stainless sometimes. Here's the thing: if you just get it warmed up properly, and use plenty of fat. I like to use olive oil. Nothing's going to stick to it. You're going to be fine. So I'm here for the people. I'm here for the people, Joyce. You said this was your mother's recipe. That actually makes me much more nervous now to cook it.
Well, she was a good cook.
Well, now I'm really nervous.
She didn't cook a variety of things, but what she cooked was really good.
Is this one of the favorite things of hers that she
it was
cooked
for me.
For you?
For me.
Yes.
And my husband loves it as well. Asked for it for his birthday
dinner. It's a birthday meal. Oh my heavens.
So,
what do you like to eat on your birthday?
Anything that I don't have to cook.
Big respect. Big respect. Yes, you ask any of our children when it's Father's Day and they say, what do you want for Father's Day? I say, I just would like to be left alone, please. That's all I want.
Surprise me.
Is this standard fare for your cooking? Is this the kind of thing you like to cook? Do you like to cook this?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is this representative of the things you like to cook?
Yes, I would say it is.
So this is mince. Do I need to make that smaller?
Well, I make mine smaller,
okay.
But you don't particularly need to. But the one reason I make mine smaller is because I have one person in my family that doesn't like onions.
Oh, is it Louise?
It is Louise.
I love you, Louise. You know I do.
She won't touch anything that has onions in it.
Will she eat the meatloaf though?
No, neither one of my children. Neither one of my children like my meatloaf.
Oh, can I be your child? Because I love meatloaf, and I will come to your house anytime. Me and Bob, we can eat the meatloaf.
I'll give you a call when I fix it. One day my son and I this was after he was an adult, and we were talking about food that we craved.
Uh-huh.
And I said, well, every now and then I crave a meatloaf sandwich because I love the sandwiches as much the day after as the meatloaf the day of. And he looked at me and he said, well, I can honestly say I don't think I have ever craved a meatloaf sandwich. So
what?
This is a child who ate bologna and cheese every day of his life for lunch.
I would ask you what you did to ruin your child, but I know that you're a great mother and did not ruin him. So how did he get this heretical opinion?
I don't
Clark,
know.
Come on, son. What happened?
Neither Bob nor I, either one, are picky eaters, but we have two picky eater children.
Geraldine, to her credit, will say that she... Oh, see, that's how you know.
Yeah,
that's how you know.
Ready.
It's ready. It's ready there.
Little sizzle.
Geraldine will say that was her as a child.
Picky.
Is that she was very picky in that way. I love my wife, but she's not wrong in that self-assessment. She could have been a picky eater, but she is not anymore. She's a particular eater. She does like good food. What other things do you like to cook, or does Bob cook?
Oh, well, today I made for our dinner. I've made it and it's in the refrigerator. I made. We had meatballs and spaghetti earlier this week, and I had a lot of meatballs left over. And I thought, I know that Louise probably isn't going to like the meatballs and spaghetti.
Louise is going to hate us after this video. We're so sorry. You know we love you.
So I took big pasta shells, the big shells.
Yes.
And I put ricotta in the bottom of them, and then I put half a meatball in them.
In the shell?
Because the meatballs were pretty big. I put a half a meatball in the shell over the ricotta, and then I put, well, actually I didn't use ricotta, I used cottage cheese. I had ricotta in my freezer, but I didn't get it out soon enough.
Back to the theme. Recipes are recipes, but you can modulate them.
So I used cottage cheese instead, and put the meatball in, and then covered it up with mozzarella, and then covered it up with marinara sauce and more mozzarella, and that's our dinner tonight.
Yeah, I'm
salad.
coming to your house for dinner tonight.
Okay,
that sounds exceptionally
There's
good.
plenty. You can come.
I usually would put some garlic in this. You can tell me no. Would you be opposed if I
No,
put a
I
little
wouldn't
garlic
be opposed
in
to
there?
garlic. I like garlic.
Okay,
but,
good.
I've never put garlic in it. But
I grew
think you
up
could.
learning how to cook by watching the Food Network. And one of my favorite chefs on the Food Network was an Italian chef. And so I just kind of learned doing it that way. I will probably repeat this every time someone is here for one of these videos. I almost went to culinary school.
Really?
It was a choice between going to seminary or culinary school. And then I read a book. You know that he's passed away, that Anthony Bourdain.
I'm not familiar with
He was a chef, and he had a travel cooking show.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, now that you
Yes.
recalled say that, I remember.
He had a book called Kitchen Confidential, and I read it, and I thought, oh my, no, I don't want to do that. I mean, that sounds so super stressful.
Well, it's a great hobby, a
Right.
great thing. And it's, in a way, it's relaxing.
Right.
So, after you've had a busy...
Do you find cooking to be relaxing?
Well, sometimes. It kind of depends on what I'm doing. Kind of depends on what I'm cooking. If I'm cooking something new, I'm a little more cautious, maybe.
Right. So when I made Patty Marshall's Kahlua mousse,
Yeah.
I'd never done that before. I'm not a baker. Terrified me.
I'm not a baker.
I'm in
either.
my element right now.
That's
This is
the way
fun.
I'm the same way.
Yes. So notice, friends, that we've got a
It
little
must
bit
be
of
a
color.
Baptist thing.
Come on, my friend. Baptists make the best Presbyterians. Notice we've got a little bit of color going on these onions, just a little bit sweated out. We don't want to. We want to leave a little bit of it translucent, because you don't want to have it be like totally caramelized, because the point is
dente.
right. Yeah, and the point is not to have these necessarily be sweet, right there. So I think I'm going to turn that off there. So let's get hopping on this. Okay, so in a large bowl, I'm supposed to beat the egg. I already put the. So Joyce's recipe is 1.5 pounds, and she says she likes to make the full 1.5 pounds, put it in the refrigerator, have the meatloaf sandwiches. I'm only using about 1/2 pound, 3/4 pound, and it also reduced the cooking time as well. So I'm going to take this out a little bit. We're going to use this for the for the baking and the shaping of the loaf. But I'm going to put the egg in here and beat it. So it says beat slightly. Why slightly, in your opinion?
Well, I don't know. Just
Okay. That's what Mom did.
Get it broken up.
Get it broken up. Okay. So we've got the egg in there slightly, put in the oatmeal. So I've got the oatmeal, and then the recipe, of course, is in the book. And for those of you, if you've maybe found this and you're not members of our community, we'll have the recipe down in the description box down there. So salt, mustard, and ketchup. Now here's the thing. I put yellow mustard. Is that what you use?
Yes, I do.
What is your opinion about either spicy brown or Dijon mustard?
I like both of those, but I don't think I'd like them in meatloaf.
Okay. I think that would probably be the choice I would make as well. Because the thing about the mustard is it gives it that little vinegary taste.
Yes.
And these have way too
Spicy.
and distinct flavors. I'm with you on that.
I
Absolutely.
love both of these, but
I think they're so good.
and
right?
I use them a lot.
So if I'm cutting this in half, that looks like about the
Yeah.
right amount. Okay,
Yeah.
good deal. So I've got all of that in there. Joyce, I do want a gold star for prepping all the ingredients,
Yes,
like
I
I'm an
think
actual
you-
Food Network chef.
I think you're just wonderful.
Thank you. Say it to the camera, Joyce.
He's wonderful. In more ways than one.
Okay, now I'm getting a little obnoxious. Now I've been obnoxious.
Pretty good in the pulpit.
Oh, stop. Cut it out. Okay, now I'm going to put our onions in. Does that look like about the right
Yeah.
amount, or should I
Yeah.
use a little less? Because you say here, half a cup of minced onion per 1.5 pounds. That probably looks like more than what I need.
Yeah,
would you say?
probably.
So maybe, tell me when to stop.
Yeah.
That good. Okay, I'm with you on that.
Let me see that bowl.
Is that looking right to you?
Oh, maybe a little bit more onion.
A little more onion? Hey,
Just
listen,
a teeny bit.
I'm not going to be mad about more onion. There we
Okay.
go. Okay, lovely. Ground beef, and then half a cup of water, it says. So I've got a half a cup of water over there in that little bowl. Would you hand me that little bowl of the water? And I'm going to put just part of it, because we got to save the other part of it. This is a new trick for me in regards to the meatloaf. I think it's pretty smart. I actually did some research after seeing your recipe.
Oh, you did?
Because I wanted to see, why would she be doing this? I know I'm teasing you. Listen, you're ahead of your time. Mom's ahead of her time. That's all I got to say. Okay, so we've got oatmeal, salt, mustard, onion, ketchup, ground beef, water in the bowl. I have washed my hands. This is where it gets fun.
Yeah.
You get to get in there, and you just got, because there's no other way to do
That's
it.
right.
There's no other
That's
way.
right.
Do you do it with your hands, or do you with bare hands, or do you like to use gloves?
Oh, I use it in my bare hands.
Okay. Now, so we've got the meat here. How
What?
pasty am I going for?
Well, it's not quite ready.
Okay. Do I want to leave some of those strands? Do I want to leave it a little coarse, or am I trying to make like a paste, like with a meatball, like that consistency?
Yeah, kind of like a meatball.
Okay, so maybe get it a little more,
Yeah.
be a little more aggressive.
What is that, 80-20?
I think so. Did
I
you
didn't say 80-20.
You didn't specify.
No, I didn't specify.
I think with things
Because
like this,
I think people like to use what they like to use. You
Yeah.
know, the type of ground meat they like to use.
what do you like to use?
I use 80-20 mostly.
Right, because of the fat will give it a little more flavor.
Right.
I think this is feeling a little.
It's a little cheaper.
It is a little cheaper. This is feeling a little loose to me.
Yeah.
Is that looking a little loose to you?
But that's okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I don't
water,
need that.
water has made it loose.
Okay, that's right. That's right. So one of the things that I learned about the water is that it's basically going to keep the meat moist,
Right.
but it's also going to function to like have like a steaming effect,
Yeah.
which I think is pretty smart. All right, how's that looking to you?
That looks pretty good.
Okay, so after I've got it mixed, so you say put it in a 9x12 baking dish. I'm going to put it on that little half sheet that I've
That's
got
fine.
there. That you think that's okay?
Yeah.
And put it in the center there, and then pour the water around. Okay, so
I shape it like I put it in the pan and then I shape it.
okay, let's see if I can not embarrass you by what I'm about to do. Okay, this is holding together
Yeah.
better than I thought it was going to. Oatmeal, I think I like that. A lot of the ones that I see are
Cracker crumbs.
Crapper crumbs, panko. What else have you seen? Maybe.
I know. Those are the main ones.
Have you ever tried saltines?
No.
Like crushed up saltines? Okay. How do you like that?
That's perfect.
Is that looking good?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get it maybe not terribly high, so
That's
that
good.
it can
Get it flat because you put the sauce on it after.
Oh, that's right. Plus, it'll help with the baking, I think. Okay, and then we pour the water around it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not. Right, because okay, good. All right, so then I'm just going to pour the water around it. Here, I'll move this over. Put that there. All right, so then you just pour the water right around it.
Right.
I love it. You know, I bake sourdough bread, and you know,
You gave me a loaf.
I did. That's right. Well, you gave me biscotti. Did you submit the biscotti recipe?
No.
Joyce. Her biscotti is unbelievable. It's one of my favorite things. Okay. I'm going to wash my hands, and then I'm going to put it in the oven. At least I'm going to rinse my hands off.
I just submitted 2 recipes, this one and a cheese and meatball soup that I made.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
It's really good.
Okay, so we're going to put this in. So what I read was that meatloafs take about 45 minutes to an hour per pound.
Right.
So we've got about a half a pound, maybe a little bit more. So I'm thinking, check it after 30 minutes. Does that sound right?
Sounds
All
good.
right, I'm going to set a timer there. We're going to go, and we're going to kibitz, and we'll bring you back when it's time to do the next step. All right, so the meatloaf is about to come. So you're supposed to put it in for 2 periods of cooking. One to start the loaf cooking, right? That's I do words for a living, Joyce. That's what I do. And then you need to make the what do you call it? The glaze? What do you call it? You call it the glaze. Okay, so we've got ketchup and barbecue sauce, which makes me happy because I'm from Kansas City, and this barbecue sauce, ketchup and brown sugar. Oh, there it is. And which makes me happy because it makes me feel like I'm making some barbecue sauce. Do you think if one wanted to, they could use barbecue sauce?
Sure.
If they wanted to?
Absolutely.
So you just mix this up. I promise that I won't put that thumb on anything. Do you ever do anything other than ketchup and the brown sugar? Do you ever go nutty?
No.
You don't go nutty?
I don't.
Okay, Bob doesn't like it too spicy?
No, it's me.
Well, I was going to ask, if you were going to do it, what would you add to the glaze if you were going to do something? I suppose you don't really want to make it Italian, so you wouldn't put like oregano in there, would you?
No.
Yeah.
I do make an Italian meatloaf where you lay the meat out flat,
right,
and you put mozzarella in the middle of it, and then roll it up, and then cook it.
Oh, that
it
sounds
is
so
really
good.
I have that recipe too.
One of the great things about using ketchup. Oh, here we go. 2, 1. There it is. All right, fantastic. One of the great things about using ketchup is it's already got vinegar in there. It's already got like some onion salt in there, I think. What else? Certainly salt. It's like an all-purpose ingredient.
I'll take your word for it. I don't know that I've ever read the ingredients.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, punch in on that.
That I've ever read the ingredients for. That looks pretty good.
See, I think it looks good too. Here's the thing. We need to evangelize for meatloaf.
Okay.
Because I think the reason people don't like meatloaf is they look at it like this and they're like, it's just browned meat.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Do you ever eat a hamburger? But you don't just eat it like this. You put things on it.
That's
right.
Right.
What is wrong with people?
I don't know.
Oh, I tell you, if they just listen to us.
My 2 kids.
Clark and Louise are going to hate us at the end of this. Clark will never come back to church. Louise may quit singing in the choir. I love you, Louise.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. All right, am I doing this right? Is this looking right? Oh, I
right.
love that so much. Oh, sweet Jesus. I'm now regretting my decision to half your recipe. Because what occurs to me is I'm not going to have any leftovers for any sandwiches tomorrow.
Well, you may.
And that's a crying shame. Okay, so now we're going to put this back in. So your recipe at an hour, at a pound and a half is 30 minutes. Do this 15 minutes.
Right.
We just did 20 minutes.
10
minutes, you think? Okay,
Yeah.
let's do 10 minutes. That's fantastic. We'll be right back after these messages. We got to go to a sponsor. Okay. I wish you could have smelled what that waft of air was like when I opened that up.
Yeah, that looks pretty.
Does that look pretty good to you?
Good to me.
It looks pretty good to me too. All right, here we go. We're going to see. I've got to turn this off. That's one thing I am notorious for.
Forgetting to turn it off. I do the same thing, and Louise will say to me, "Did you know the burner was on the stove?"
Yeah. Do you like an end or do you like the middle?
I don't care. I like them both.
Okay, you're my kind of gal. Absolutely. So I'm going to slice you there. I know you got this amazing dinner at home, so I don't want to. Oh yes, you can have more. Okay. If you think that it's good.
I wouldn't deprive you of the sandwich tomorrow.
You are you're a glorious child of God. All right, and I did make enough for the crew, so it's going to be. It just came right out. Oh, that is moist. How did I do? Yes! Yes!
Pretty good.
All right, crew. Crew gets some too.
I like it because it's not real stiff.
I was going to say, so yeah, what is it about this recipe now that you're tasting it?
See, and it falls apart.
It's
mine
falling
does that
apart a little bit.
That's what mine does all the time.
Yeah. So what is it about this recipe now as you're eating it again that you really like? What is it
It's
now that you're
because it's
tasting it?
moist and because
Right.
it doesn't get dried out.
Right.
I think it has a good flavor.
What do you think about the garlic that I added?
It's
Was
good.
that was that okay?
Uh-huh.
Do you think that maybe you will do garlic from now on?
might.
Oh, look at that.
Bob's not a big garlic person.
You know, I'm telling you.
know,
Okay, so listen, your kids don't like meatloaf. Bob
know.
doesn't like. You
cook-
deserve better than this. I want better than that for you.
Cooking is a real adventure at my house.
Oh,
You like it? Do you like it?
Joyce, I love this. Oh, this is so good.
Now,
That would make an excellent sandwich. I mean, get a nice. So, what kind of bread?
I like whole wheat bread on.
Whole wheat bread.
Yeah.
Okay. Mayo.
No. Well, yeah, you can put mayo on
If
it
you're a mayo person.
person.
Would you put any vegetables on it? Would you put any tomato? You don't need tomato. Would you put lettuce on it?
I have. But I like it just plain.
Yeah, it works well, just that way. Oh, that is tasty.
What do you think?
It's amazing.
Crew, yeah,
You like it?
that's a good recipe. Oh,
How about you? Do you like it?
yeah. I'm now angry that I didn't make a pound and a half meatloaf because this could be good. I like doing it on the sheet pan rather than in a loaf pan. That is a good move on your part.
I usually make it in a Pyrex dish, but
Right.
same thing.
Yeah, something out like that. This is fantastic. Joyce, I'm glad you came to my kitchen. I hope that you...
I have enjoyed it.
listen, this has been just absolutely delightful. And I hope next time you make your meatloaf, you can,
Send you a piece.
send me a piece and tell Bob and Louise that this is the way that it should be and they just need to shape up and fly right. Sorry, Louise.
Tell my kids that, would you?
Hey, Mom says shape up and fly right. Okay? That's the way.
I keep threatening to make her one without any onions, and then I think she'll really like it.
Louise, we got to get you. Come on, sis. We got to talk. We got to talk. This has been wonderful. I'm so grateful that you came. Thank you for this. I'm just grateful for you, but thank you for this as well.
Well, thank you. That's very sweet of you. I'm very thankful for you and for Westminster and all of our friends.
Yeah, a good group of friends, huh?
Yeah.
I hope you come to the table and stay at the table. There's room for everybody at the table. I can do this all day. Peace be with you. Bye-bye.